Hi everyone, this is Sumit Srivastava once again, and welcome you all to my another episode of In Conversation with Sumit Srivastava. और आज जो मेरी guest हैं, I have invited her because she is the one who is working relentlessly to support in this pandemic situation. She is an innovator, researcher, academician, and she is working really hard. So today we'll talk about what all she's doing through her initiative to support this scenario situation to the system. So let her join first, and then. So hi Yogeeswari, how are you?
I'm doing good, Sumit. Thank you so much for inviting.
So thank you so much for giving your time. And today I am very much interested knowing what all you're doing, because you are doing so many interesting stuff since beginning. But now you have stepping out to work for government, for the system, for this pandemic situation. So before all, can you please talk about Yogeeswari? I wanted to know about. You are head of innovation cell of BITS Pilani or 4 campuses. This is number one. Second, you are innovator yourself. You are a founder of Yogee's Bioinnovations Private Limited. So I am very much willing to know about Yogee's Bioinnovations Private Limited. What exactly you people do?
Sure. So this is a company which is started in 2015. So we are currently 5-year-old company, and it started with a breakthrough research that it happened in our academic research on breast cancer, and it was kind of a kind of drug molecule. So we wanted to do that as a commercial, project. So that is how we started the project. But I just make it short. In the last 5 years, we have actually gone through variety of variety of projects, diversified our projects, and today we have 3 Indian patents, 7 international patents on drug discovery for cancer. Basically, we were targeting more on cancer and metabolic disorders. So we also have come up with a prototype to detect cancer using saliva non-invasively. So one step to know whether you have 5 cancers, and you can actually you can actually progress take that product even for detecting the cardiovascular disease or even diabetes, any chronic diseases you can actually detect. So that is one project which is a priority project which has been happening. And then we also ended up doing social entrepreneurship for helping farmers to process fruits. And in that process, we also found that there are no quality fruit products available in the market. And we also did a technology innovation, developing a fruit composition, which is 99% real citrus fruits. Today, it can be, brought as an immune booster in this pandemic situation. So this is what we have been doing. And for COVID, we have now started doing something else. So let me hear from you what you want to hear. Your audio is...
Yeah, I'm so sorry. My next question was this only. I am talking since the start that you are doing so many things for this COVID situation or pandemic situation. So my question is, what all you're doing? Please talk about that. At this point,
Great.
What is on? Yeah.
Yes. So when coronavirus hit, the last year and itself in December, I know people were taking it light. So even so I am because my research was more of concentrated on cancer, and we were thinking virology is not my area of research. So that was the kind of a situation with any scientist all over the country. People who are working only on viruses were actually putting their heart and soul into it. But when it hit India and when the lockdown actually hit our country, so when we had to work from home, and then there are a lot of other difficulties which comes, right? So then a lot of people started talking to us saying that you're a health researcher, you're a drug discovery scientist, why don't you do that? So even initially I was thinking, why, how can I do, because I don't understand more of virology. But then in the past, we have worked with viruses, in the sense we have worked with dengue virus, we have worked with HIV, we have worked with Japanese encephalitis virus, but then our research was only concentrated on how to discover a drug, and virology was taken care by our collaborator. So in this pandemic situation, we wanted to see how we could offer it. And when we did a quick market survey, we found that there was a huge demand for ventilators, personal protective equipments, even hand sanitizer too, which can be made at home. So then we actually wanted to do something, but then there were few of our friends in hospitals, drug controllers. They actually insisted that biopharma startups should initiate something to do, so government would support. So that is when I got in touch with a drug controller from Delhi, and who said we will guide you to get drug licensing, which is actually a hectic process. But then they said we'll make it simplified for you so that you can do it. So then we stepped out. We kept all our project aside, and then we have four projects now in pipeline. One is to set up a manufacturing unit and a small scale for hand sanitizer. And second is also to streamline, quality manufacturers of PPEs from southern part of India, so that you can actually become kind of an interactive mode, because we have in our network at least 5 NGOs currently working, and we are still yet to order because we are looking at funding. How do we order? Because it's all bulk quantity. We need to keep it in as a stock. So we are trying to work out something. We are also seeking support from corporates. Of course, we are writing some kind of mails to Aditya Birla Group, Mahindra, and trying to see that can we become a supply chain managers, looking into quality, because we also worked in health care for long. And the third project which we wanted to kickstart is the citrus fruit based immune boosters, which can be made
But
into powder form, which you don't have to do anything much, because once it is processed, you just have to add water, mix it, and drink it. It's easy for you to even transport across country immediately. But the only problem here is we could to start a piloting itself would run in crores.
right,
So we are looking at, if government is interested, we are ready to even start our manufacturing pilot scale. Of course, we had some invitation from Maharashtra state government asking for what do we do for the Nagpur farmers, Nagpur
right.
oranges. Because it's a harvest time now by May end, so they are worried about that too. So I said we could offer you a processing, technology transfer, because it's a patented technology, but still we could license it out. We can help you how to process it, and we can actually preserve them for the next 2 years. So you can preserve it as in a powder form, and it could be 99% fruit, real fruit powder. The fourth project which we have initiated, though we wrote a project funding to CSAR, but still we do not want to wait for it. So we have started a project on drug targeting, human proteins, which in fact helps viruses to enter into the lungs. We found two targets from the human body, which actually helps the virus to go into the body. So that could be done quickly in a 3 months time, drug repurposing, where you just have to try to randomly design drugs. We have a very good expertise, so you could simulate and actually predict which kind of drugs can go. So who knows, tomorrow paracetamol itself, a simple drug, could be a antiviral killer. So this is what we have initiated. So four project to go, but we have put a very strong team. We hope to do, in the next 3 to 4 months, we hope to do a lot of things for the COVID pandemic, supporting the government.
This is really awesome, Yogeshwari. At this point of time, when people are totally stuck, you are doing n number of things, and we really feel proud that we know you personally. I mean, it's really awesome, and it's an honor for us. My question is again. This question is related to that only. You are doing n number of things. So in this lockdown period, I mean, everything is locked down. Resources are not available. We cannot move out of our houses. How you are manage? How you are able to manage all this?
Yeah, so exactly. So I only talked about the creamy part of the story. Basically, there are a lot of things going down. It's very, very difficult for a startup to do something like this, because it's a heavy investment. Even hand sanitizer, if you see, though the licensing is easy, we need to really put in something around 10 lakhs for us to even set up the system and have the raw materials. And there's a lot of raw materials this particular period. There's too much of black market going, and anything which costs 70 rupees is going at 300. For a startup like us, it is a big burden. But then luckily, because I have a very good network among pharma industries, we reached out to them, and then they have said they could help us in getting the chemicals, raw materials,
Oh,
because they get tankers of alcohol. So they said if you might need 2 or 3 barrels, so we can give you at a reduced cost. And to
oh,
kickstart this 3 4 months, I have assurance from these people. But so we're reaching out to more people to try to get guidance, because it's a new thing which we want to do. But we have kind of from the background of pharma, you should be able to do the formulation, right? So there are a lot of things. Even movement is restricted. So drug inspector was very kind enough to give us
oh,
COVID license cards for essential services. So today only I
oh.
was printed it just now before the meeting. I printed it because tomorrow I have to go for a plant visit to understand where do we get those bottles. Filling bottles are not available, so you might have a product. So there's a lot of hurdles are there, but of course we are with people now in the network. All of them are helping us. That is a one good thing about it.
Perfect. Good to know that people are helping you. I mean, pharma companies and all are helping. So this is well said that if there is will, there is way. I mean, if you go ahead and do something, there are people who will go ahead and help you, and this happens. Will, but I'm glad that you are not sitting just keeping hands on hand. So this is really awesome. My next question to you, Yogeshwari. I'm sure you just said you're doing n number of things and you're doing your own few support. You a few, very few support you're getting from people around, but it needs a lot of support. You're writing to people that you already mentioned. So now, can you specifically tell us about what all support you're looking for? What kind of people can go ahead and support you? Because I really want people to know this, and I want this video to reach to those kind of people, because you people must be handholded and supported at this point of time. So please talk about that in detail.
Right. So the major support, of course, the investment funding is a major thing, but then I'm not worried about it because initially when I wanted to do this, I only quickly, looked into my contacts, and I wrote to my student NGOs, and they quickly connected me to other NGOs. Some NGOs are connected through doctors, and they said we are not sure whether we could pull in the CSR fund, but they ensured that they would, if we are going to maintain the supply chain, they're going to order through us. So anyway, if you have an order, there is more and more reason to do it, right? So rather than just starting and then from nowhere. So that is what we are doing. So for initially, even though we don't have funding, the first set of manufacturing or even the PPE supply, we are going to only bank on the current demand and the the orders that we are going to have. So we are reaching out to hospitals and asking them. In a funny way, some doctors ask me, "Are you going to offer us for free?" Because when I introduced myself as a startup, so they did not understand the concept of startup. They said, "You're a company, you're a corporate,
Right.
so why give us for free?" So it's difficult sometimes, and there is a need. So we wanted to do it, but we are looking at funding. Yes, if people connect us to those health workers, hospitals, COVID centers where there's a dire need, and they would order from us, I think that would help us to do it. Whatever fund, whatever investment we put, it will be at least neck to neck. We have done something for the
Right.
community. So that is what we're
Absolutely.
looking.
All right, so I'm sure there are people listening to this, or they will listen to it in future, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. We'll try to do that, and surely people will come forward for this. I'm very sure about it. You keep going, Yogeshwari.
Sure.
Best wishes to you, and we can only give you best wishes. But yes, we'll try to connect people with you for sure. And this
Yes.
is the reason why I thought to invite you. I am really happy and proud to have you on my show, because when I saw n number of things you're doing, I saw your WhatsApp message and all. Then I thought this should reach to people. I mean, you people are fighting. You should not
Thank
fight alone.
Yeah, I
You
should
should not
thank
fight
you
alone.
so much.
Yeah. Now I am going to one another question. I mean, see, I know you initially as innovation center head of BITS Pilani, all four campuses, of course. So I know you initially from there. So and you have worked with so many young entrepreneurs, startups in your at your campus. So I want to know from you, how do you see things will get changed, and how this innovation and everything will get affected after this, post-corona era की अगर हम बात करें. So how do you see, and what's your suggestion to those all young entrepreneurs? Especially, I'll talk about your campus only. It's a premier
Sure.
institution. So if you talk
Sure.
about that, what's your suggestion to them? Please go ahead.
Right. So even now I continue as the head of innovation for all the four campuses. So I was actually when I thought about contributing to my startup, I thought maybe the institute, all the four campuses are well geared up with a lot of resources and expertise, obviously, and students are now scattered and they are at home, right? So what I did was I just made a mail to all faculty for across campuses, and I said that this is very important that all our research mindset, being a science and technology institute, we need to contribute to the in whatever ways, right? It could need not be an innovation, but at least use resources and help the government to make ventilators or even face masks. 3D printers we do have. In fact, any technology institute must be having. Rather than just contributing money with regard to fund raises and all that, let us put our science and technology mindset there. So when I sent the mail, the first response was from a student. So who said, we are locked down, but we would like to contribute. I had made some areas, actually I listed some areas, and we actually circulated the Google Drive in a sheet form so that people can say that I would like to work on this, but I'm not sure how to do it. You will not believe, in 3 days we had 4 meetings cross campus, and we have reached out to government of Rajasthan, and we are taking up a very strong team which is going to take care of artificial intelligence and GIS based tracking of COVID centers and COVID that quarantine people in the district of Junjunu. So this is
Super.
very recent. Yesterday we got confirmation from government of Rajasthan that yes, Junjunu district is with you. Now do as much as possible for us to predict what kind of situation might go within a week or so. So you can actually do a GS analytics and using AI. So in fact, this particular project, there are 16 members cross campus, including Dubai campus. They are putting their head into it, and we have wrapped up into what all ways we could help the government. So similar concept, we would also offer it to Goa and Hyderabad because of the availability of the expertise there. And once
Yes.
we have the piloting done, you can do it across campuses. And there are 3 app developers who have made it, one student based and 2 faculty based, who had made apps which can actually, sitting at home, you can actually even find resources. So when you're here and you want to get vegetables, you may not know because of panic buying. When you go, by the time you reach, vegetables are all done. So you can even
Yes.
track whether the market is there. You will get it or not.
Oh,
Unnecessarily, you don't have to
wonderful.
go. So this is actually happening, and then every day at 11 o'clock in the night, we keep reviewing the Google Drive and see that is things going on fine. Can we connect to CSR funds? Can we connect to NGOs? Because everybody are working in isolation will never help, because you have to work together. And we are also trying to connect even to other institutes, because civil background will be useful for GIS, right? So this is one opportunity with Rajasthan government. Once we kickstart, maybe in a day or two, we would also offer similar kind of a proposal to other states where we have a presence to start with.
This is really awesome. I mean, this is so you are saying that this is already happening with government of Rajasthan, and you people have started working on this at in this Junjunu area, right?
Yeah, it is in 2 days. This last 2 days we had this wrap up, and then we have committed to Rajasthan government that we are starting with Junjunu district. So we are actually taking the
Wow.
Junjunu district. Yes.
Wow, this is really awesome. I'm very happy to know that people are working this way. I mean, and not looking up to government to support them to initiate. They are coming up and talking to government, and government
True.
need us, people like you. And this is really awesome. Again, my question: since you are involved with the institution, there's so many startup founders, young entrepreneurs who all were working initially. I mean, they were early stage, they were just started, and now situation is entirely different. And now after this COVID, everything will be changed. Way of
True.
doing business, work from home, and this social distancing will be new norms. So how do you think things will be changed? And now, for your students or young people who are planning to start their startups, what will be your suggestion to them?
Yes. So startup journey is always like, looking into opportunities, right? So I always believe, because this is also my life journey too. You have to look for opportunity. You cannot wait for your own, chance to come. And when the opportunity hits you, you need to grab it. So I believe the startups who are into different areas, like which are onto IT or different kind of product development, have to take this as an opportunity and pivot their whole creativity into how to contribute to COVID. Like how corporates, the automobile industry is contributing to ventilator production. Probably, now it is a high time for why entrepreneurs, everybody, even a scientist, has to think that where is the opportunity. Now it's a question of survival, right? So more and more, might you have health issues. Now there are a lot of kind of assessment where we need to really put money. Even government has to look into where the money has to go. Are we going to spend on resources which where we cannot afford to, because there are a lot of industries getting closed, and healthcare industry is like working in 3 shifts. Even
Right.
now, there are pharma industries open throughout 24/7. So
Right.
it's like we have to support. Maybe you're not from this area, but there is a lot of opportunity for you to become a multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary researcher or a
Absolutely.
contributor. That is what I would say.
That I think this is the best suggestion. We should look for the opportunities. I used to say that what is happening, there are problems, but at the same time there are huge opportunities, and we need to identify that. And this is what you are also saying. We need to, and for startups, this is always suggested that you need to look for opportunities. So this is what
Yes.
I think the best suggestions, and your students must listen to this, and other all of us who all are connected to me. So, viewers, I would like to tell you that Yogeshwari just told all of us, and I am going to repeat that she's working and to support the government in this COVID situation. She's working to, innovate and working on ventilators. She's working for PPEs. She's working for sanitizers, and also uh, working with the farmers of Nagpur and supporting how they can survive because their bread and butter is the farmer that apple farms, right? So this is what she's already doing, and apart from that, through her innovation center of its Pilani, she is working to identify the COVID centers and all, and she has already started working with support and collaboration of government of Rajasthan, and very soon they'll be working in Goa and Hyderabad. So, so what more we can look for from a leader like her? And I request people who all, the corporate people, the leaders, to please come forward and support people like her. There are n number of people working, and we don't get to know about them. So today, we are glad, and I am very happy to have you, Yogeshwari, on my show. And definitely, you'll succeed, and you would be able to do it in a better way, and you'd be able to support government and everyone in this pandemic situation. What all you're doing is really awesome. So thank you so much for being part of my show, and look forward to see you soon.
Yeah, yeah. So honored to be on your show. Thank you so much, Sumit. This is a great support for us. Yeah.
Always. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great, great. Thank you.
Okay, so this was Yogeeswari Perumal, and she is, like I said, a scientist and innovator, and what she's doing is really commendable. So, people, we must come forward to support people like them, and definitely, we also think of something. What can we do at this situation? Thank you so much, everyone, for being part of this. You can subscribe my YouTube channel, Startup Shopal TV. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.